Hello, y'all. How you doing? What's happening? What's good? Welcome to another episode of The Mafia Speaks. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but I was waiting to fully get my voice back and be able to speak without coughing every 2 seconds. Literally, this week has literally been the first week that I've been able to speak without coughing. Profusely, whatever, coughing a lot or whatever, right? So yeah, we're back. Some of you guys saw me yesterday in my accidental live. That was supposed to be for the private people, supposed to be for Patreon, supposed to be for the people on the membership. If you guys not aware, I do have a Patreon and I also do have a membership specifically for this channel. I believe the membership on this channel is actually cheaper than the Patreon, mainly because people on the Patreon get a lot more stuff than the people on this membership. But just to let y'all know, I don't know if people are just not getting the Patreon messages or just not on Patreon. And what I want to do in the future, let me know if you guys think it's going to be a good idea, because I think I'm going to make the investment because I think it's going to be a better idea, because Discord is another issue that I know a lot of people have a problem with, but I also do have a free Discord. So I have a Discord, I have memberships, and I have a free Discord, right? So I want to find a way to put everything all in one so I don't have to constantly go on Discord and then Patreon and then the membership. It's too much. It's too much. It's annoying. I got ADHD. I do have an assistant, but it's just like I don't have time to be keeping track of all that. So there's a company that reached out to me and they wanted to make me my own specialized app where basically I could literally run courses on there. I could literally charge for videos. I could have like a free group chat. I could literally do these live streams on there if I wanted to. Like literally, it would be like our own community on there. And I wouldn't have to worry about like trolls and crazy people getting on there. So like the app could be free. I could make it paid, or it could be free, and then you guys could just pay for the content you want. So it'd be literally Patreon, Discord, shit, my website, like everything all in one. So let me know if that's something you guys want, and I'll just make the goddamn investment, because I'm like, I know there's a lot of people that want to join my Discord, but then they're like, there's so many creeps on there. And my Discord is crazy. Thank God for all the mods. Let me just say thank you straight up to all my mods, because y'all been holding it down, PLP, okay? Y'all been holding it down, because I got shit to do. And yeah. Realistically, it'll probably be ready by like summer 2023, because an app takes a long time. But yeah, and if it's my app, they're not going on my app. It's my app. It's my own server. It's not on anyone else's server. It's an app that's specially built for me. There will not be no trolls. There will be like it's no. It's my own shit. It's my own hub. It will be specifically made for you guys. So it's like realistically, I feel like it would be a lot more private. And I'll have everybody's emails, everybody's this, everybody that. And realistically, I also feel like it would be easier to manage. And then I could just cancel everything out. And everything would more than likely be cheaper as well, because it's like, it's not all of these things. People are not taking a percentage. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like Discord. There's a lot of people that don't like Patreon, because like, I'm not on Patreon. I don't have Patreon to be on, to support unit. So yeah, let me know if that's something you guys care for, because yeah, it's just so much. It's so much. Luckily, my Patreon's not that bad at all. Like, I don't have trolls on Patreon. I don't have trolls anywhere. It's just weird people in a general sense. Like, people are just weird. And I think it would just make life easier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm gonna look into making my own app. Like, it's never been something I considered, to be honest. I never cared. But just the idea that they pitched to me of having like everyone that's like on my Patreon already and my Discord in one place for free, and then having that paid aspect is great. So why not? Fuck it. And it's really not that expensive at all. Shoot, fuck it. So I think I'm gonna talk to them again the beginning of next month. Have them build me my little app or whatever, because I can't. Like, it's a lot easier to just get on there like, hey y'all, bye y'all, instead of me like hopping on all these damn apps to communicate with people. That way, I don't even have to go on Instagram. I only have Instagram for you guys. I've said that since day one. I don't like Instagram. Never did. Only have it for you guys. It's a good marketing tool, but it's like, I don't care to have it. So for today's stories, as you guys see by the title, we're going to be discussing toxic mothers, mainly mothers who are abusive. So trigger warning for those of you guys who don't care to hear about that, or if something like that really, really triggers you. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, anyone, Panda Lover, regarding the app, yeah, anyone can access it. I made sure anyone can access it in terms of Android users overseas. Like it'll be a free for all app, and then I'll be able to control it and things like that in terms of who has access. But yeah, we'll be talking about toxic mothers and things like that. And boyfriends are involved, sisters are involved, things like that. If you've never been to a live stream, especially a TheeMafiaSpeaks live stream, the way this works is you guys send in your stories, and essentially I read them. You guys give your input, I give my input. But since I got a little ADHD going on, I can't pay attention to everything going on. So the camera's here, you guys are here, the story's right here. So usually the way this works is I read the story. I stop sometimes in between. I get a little commentary, kind of make it a little conversational. I never read these ahead of time. My assistant gives me a quick little synopsis, and that's how I'm able to do the thumbnail and the title. So yeah, if you want to send your stories, the email is right here on the screen as well as in the description box. I also have a subset genre of this called Theemafialistens, which is where I do these basically not lifestyle, like in a sit down video. So yeah, it's gonna be lit. Let's start with the first story. The title is actually based, I believe, on the second story. So let's get started. Just for context, I am 16 years old and my mother is very Christian and closed-minded. Oh, sounds like my mother. Let me stop. Woo! One day my mother's gonna find out. Let me not say anything because everything I say seems to come true. So let me not say shit. Anyways, I low-key hate my mother. I know that she's the woman that gave me life and I should love. Why? Is something on fire? It's a lot of sirens. Okay. Sorry, guys, if you guys can hear that, please try to disregard. Hopefully, it doesn't get any closer to me. Woo! And I should love her for that, and I do. But she isn't perfect. She, aside from my trauma and dad, are big reasons why I feel like I am deteriorating mentally. She's given me high expectations ever since I was a child. I got A's and B's, but she always pushed me to get straight A's. At first, I thought I could, but then I came to realize that A's and B's are all I could do, and I was okay with it. However, her continuing to push me made me push myself too much, which is why I was so hard on myself. If I didn't make an A, I called myself stupid, like she used to do when I was in second grade. At the time, I had dyslexia, and math was not my favorite subject. So when I did my math homework wrong or wrote something down wrong on the paper, she would hit me in my hand and call me stupid. I tried talking to her about it, but she said she did not remember it. Also, around this time, she was very emotionally neglectful and still was up until recently. Another thing my mom does is force me to do things like being ambassador for church and the sport. All right, we're going to pause right here. So first, you sent this story to TheeMafiaListens as well because I actually just filmed it, and my editor, I believe, is actually editing this right now. Because I'm like, why the hell does this sound so familiar? And I feel like somebody's about to say, we read this already, but no, I read this already, but we're going to read this for you guys, and I'm going to tell my editor to stop editing it if she already started editing it. Is it up? Nah, I don't think it's up. So I'm gonna, I have to tell my editor right now, like, shit, yeah, like I'm reading it. So just right now, guys, if you're gonna send something to TheeMafiaSpeaks, do not send it to TheeMafiaListens. I know sometimes it takes a while for me to get to them, but I'm going to get to them. Don't do that. And first of all, I could never understand parents that do this, but that's the thing. I don't know if did your mom know that you had dyslexia? Because let's be real, like especially back in the day, like a lot of parents didn't know that their parents, that their kids had mental illnesses or learning disabilities, right? Like I have a couple of family members and a couple of friends that had learning disabilities or mental illnesses, and like they're now finding out in their 30s. Like I watched this one girl on Instagram, and the girl was literally autistic her whole life, and she just found out. So it's like the sentence, I mean, it says I had dyslexia and math was not my favorite subject. So it's like had is past tense in terms of, I mean, did she know that you had dyslexia? You know, clear math is not my favorite subject either. I don't know. I could have some sort of thing with math that I have no idea with. I've never been confident with math. I've hated math. I've failed math a couple times in life. Maybe I have some sort of learning disability in terms of math. Who knows? Never went to go tested for it. But to be honest, even to this day, like I'm a whole Zumba teacher and I'm supposed to count the students in my class. I kid y'all not, I always get stuck after 12. I just be like, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And it, like, I don't know what it is. It just blocks my mind. Like, I don't, something about it. Like, yeah, I can count, but like something about numbers just always trips me up. So, I mean, did your mom know? Not saying that it's okay for her to be doing what she's doing. But I mean, it's just food for thought. A lot of people not only do not take mental illnesses or learning disabilities seriously, but if you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. My mom did not ask if I wanted to do it. She just told me I was doing it. I tried telling her my feelings about it, but she told me I had to do it for God. I had to comply, though I complained about it. The same thing with the sport I am doing. I joined the sport thinking I was something else. Oh, I joined the sport thinking it was something else, but I was sadly mistaken. At first, I liked it, but after a while, I started not to like it anymore. And I wanted to focus on schoolwork and college work. I tried telling my mom about how I felt, but she told me to see it through. She did not understand that forcing me to do this made me uncomfortable and overwhelmed. But I was enjoying it anymore. I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and I quit. When she found out, she was furious. I admit telling her over text was not the brightest idea. When I got home, she looked so angry. She told me that she and I had an agreement ever since I was a child that I had to finish what I started. She told me that I will continue doing the sport and told my coach also. She said that since I sent it over text, I was being manipulative, trying to play mind games. That this is not the first time I've ever heard this from her at times like this. First of all, that doesn't even make sense. I don't. Parents that force their kids to do things that they clearly don't care about or clearly don't want to do never, ever, 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 ever make sense to me. Especially when it's like, I don't want to do it and you know I don't want to do it, but you're just going to make me do it because I signed up for it or you signed me up for it and now I have to finish what I start. Like, no, that's one thing I'm very, very happy that my parents never ever forced me to do anything. I was able to do whatever the hell I wanted and quit as I fucking please. And to this day, I'm literally one of the most dedicated people ever because I was able to do what the fuck I ever like, do what the fuck I wanted as I pleased. You know, so it's like people think that you're doing your children a service. You know, you think that you're doing something good for your kid, you know, because, oh, well, I'm making them stick to whatever it is that they start. No, you're actually traumatizing them. You're making them like hate a lot of things that they start because you know you're making them feel trapped. It's really annoying. So no. And is somebody messing with the chat? Because I don't see anything. You need to make sure that like you don't make your what in the world? Where? Block them on my end. But yeah, like y'all need to make sure that y'all not sitting out here forcing your kids to do things that make them miserable. Because at the end of the day, like you shouldn't be what's the word? Making things so bad for your kids that they really out here hating themselves or feeling some type of way specifically because of a sport. Like it's a sport. Sports supposed to be fun. Sports supposed to be building character. Supposed to essentially make things you know, good. It's supposed to enhance your quality of life. And then for her to say that you're basically being manipulative is even weirder. Like, excuse me, don't nobody got time for that. Like, I don't have time. Like, I genuinely don't have time for that. Like, it's very weird that people be out here doing all of that, and then they sit there, and then they get confused when their kids hate certain sports or they hate certain activities. It's funny because there's a lot of things I genuinely don't like or I genuinely hate now, specifically because my parents kind of not made me, but they put me in it. And now that I think about it, I'm like, well, my parents allowed me to quit. Now I'm like, what would have happened if they forced me to stay? Like, if they would have been like, oh no, you have to be here. That would have been really horrible. Like that would have been really, really bad. Like that would have been really bad, you know? So let's see, you know, let's see. I don't know. I feel bad for you because how are they gonna say how's that manipulative? I'm trying to see what part of that is manipulative. Maybe your mother's going through something that you don't know about. That's what it sounds like. To say that you're playing mind games because you said you don't want to do something is ridiculous. Anyway, I tried to let it be known that I've done a lot of activities in my life and I don't just up and quit them. She wasn't having it as always. I did not see why not doing the sport was so serious to her. Oh, actually, you know what? I just thought of something. Maybe, just maybe that sport was something she used to do. And now she's living vicariously through you. Or she thinks that that sport can keep you out of doing something that you do that she doesn't like. Ooh. Shout out to Grand Marnier, it's my favorite drink. That's the only thing that makes sense. Sometimes, like, how do I explain it? Sometimes your parents see something in you, right? They'll see like, oh, you're being bullied. You're really angry, you're really sad, or whatever the case may be. You may not see it in yourself because you're yourself. And they're like, you know what? She can benefit from playing rugby, from playing soccer, from playing golf. So they just throw you in there. I feel like I was such an angry child that my parents threw me in folklore dance and I hated it. And it's funny because that's like my best genre now. Like I kill that shit. Like I could do a folklore dance in 2.5. I could choreograph that shit with my eyes closed. And back in the day, I hated it. I hated folklore. I hated African. I hated tribal. I hated it. Like, and now it's like I love that shit. From hip hop to tribal African dancing, like that is those are two of my best genres. But back in the day, I did not like to dance at all. I only started dancing when I was trying to lose weight and then slowly started loving it into high school and then into adulthood. But as a kid, I didn't like it. They put me in ballet, I hated it. They put me in tribal, I hated it. You know, so sometimes your parents see something in you that you don't see in yourself. And I will say that seriously, on a very serious note, at that age from like, I'll say 13 to like 17, that relationship between you and your mother as a daughter is going to be horrible for a lot of people. I don't know what it is. You just clash. It could just be the hormones. I don't know what it is. So I don't know. I don't know. I did not see. Okay, trying to understand made my head hurt, so I stopped arguing with her because it was her way or no way. My sister and I do not talk to her about how we feel, and she used to get so upset with us for it. My sister and I have always been unhappy at home. There were times I wanted to run away, and my sister wanted to with my cousin. When I was depressed, I thought about ending my life just to escape and the trauma I was going through at the time. Since middle school, I felt trapped living with my mom. I cannot be who I want to be living with her. No matter what she says, I do not feel she really loves me. My mother does not understand the way she makes me feel. I wonder if I should talk to her. But every time I try to express myself, I'm whiny and not very confident. That upsets me even more because how can I stand up for myself whining? I know that I do that because of my mommy issues and being afraid that not going to be the daughter she really wants. I'd rather submit to her than go against her will because I'm afraid. But I know someday I will have to talk to her. I will have to talk. What? I will have to have this talk with her so it won't affect my relationship with my children if I have them. I'm happy you're smart enough to know that. Do you think I should talk to her? If so, should I wait until I'm out the house? Let me go back to see the age. You're 16. To be honest, let me get this out and then I'll read the comments. To be honest, like I said, relationships with your mother is going to be very, very tumultuous at this time. I couldn't stand my mother from the time I was 12 to like the time I was like maybe 21. And it was really because she was like a Christian brat that tried to force me to go to church, tried to force me to do all the shit I didn't like. And I was like, yo, I don't like you. I like my dad. And to this day, she always be like, you always liked your father more than me. And I'm like, that's not necessarily what it was. It's not that I like my father more than my mother. It's just the fact that my dad doesn't bother me. And to this day, my dad doesn't bother me. I call my mom now. Like, that's my, yo. She called me. She be like, what up, ho? I'm like, what up, ugly? Like, that's the homie. But to this day, she just fucking annoying, bro. Like she's so aggravating. Like, I could only take her in doses. That's it. Like, she a Pisces. Y'all know, if you know, I'm sorry, if you a Pisces and you, I'm sorry, you guys are overwhelming. You guys are overbearing. All you guys do is bitch, cry, and complain. Y'all don't do nothing about your problems. And then when you blow up, you act like you couldn't have done something 6 years ago when the person was initially bothering you. I don't have time for people like that. I'm a Capricorn. I'm a problem solver. I like to get shit done. I like to set goals and literally meet that goal. I genuinely don't got time. Okay, I don't have time. But at the end of the day, my mom is my bitch. Okay, both my parents are toxic as fuck, but they are the homies. Like, they are my friends because I was essentially raised as an only child. My parents also raised me to call them by their first names. I have no, to this day, I don't know why I never asked them. I keep forgetting to ask them why the hell they raised me to call them by their first names. But anyways, I don't know what it is about my mom that's always bothered me besides the fact of the church thing. The church thing really, really bothered the hell out of me. Like, my mom would sit there like, oh, why don't you want to go to church? Why don't you want to go to church? And the first thing that really bothered me about church was, first of all, I went to Catholic church. I was always Catholic. And I always knew how to sing and I always knew how to dance. But my singing was something that they, oh my God, they used to the gods. I feel like a goddamn raisin in the sun. They were like, oh my God, sing this, sing that. I felt like, yo, to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. And it's funny because now that you know how they say adults know best? It's like I'm going back into doing the things that I used to do as a kid. I felt like a damn celebrity, bro. I was singing every week. I was singing somewhere new because of that church. And it wasn't even church-based events. I'm not even saying I wasn't singing in choirs. Okay, I wasn't singing like this little light of mine. I wasn't singing that. Like, I was at like legit events. Okay, I was at legit banquets. I was at people's weddings. Like, I was singing at like events. Okay, like I was out here because of that church. And it started getting me annoyed because I'm like 9, 10, 11, 12, like going to all these events. I'm like, yo, I'm tired of that church. I'm tired of those people. They're out here essentially throwing me everywhere. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, it started to really make me tired. And then that's when they kind of started to try to throw me into that dance thing. It was because of that church. And they threw me into that folklore dance group thing. And I was like, leave me alone. I don't want to dance. I don't want to I don't want to do any of that, right? Funny enough, look at me now. I'm working on a track. I'm gonna start dancing more. Well, I dance now, but I'm gonna start singing and shit. So now it's like, yeah, okay, they knew what the fuck they were doing. That is my natural strength. Sing, dance, draw, write, whatever. I get it. But at the time, I felt like I was being forced to do it. It was not something that was natural to me. It was like, what the fuck I look like? Little orphan Annie that sing? Like, I felt like I was living a hard not life. You know, I went back to church on my own fruition. But for like a good, I would say 4 to 5 years, my mom sat there every Sunday picking a fight with me. Every day, every Sunday, she sat there. She got ready for church. She put on her jewelry. She threw on the powder on her face. I swear to you guys, my mother never wore lip and makeup. I never saw eyeliner on her. I barely ever saw lipstick on her. She's never wore a lick of foundation ever in her life. You know what she would do? You know the little compact powder? The shit with the little mirror? That's all she would do. I don't know why she would even do that because it would make no difference. She would just take that, put on her little jewelry. While I like this, you're not going to go to church? Nope. Why don't you just put some clothes on you so we could go to church? Because I don't want to. Put clothes on right now so we go to the church. Boom, fighting, arguing, la da 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 da, and it would be like an hour-long argument. It was as if like the clock would strike 12 because mass would start at 1, and she would just argue with me for like an hour or until she left to go to church. And it's like, bruh, bye, Laura. Thanks for coming. It's like, yo, like you really about to pick a fight with me? because I don't want to go to church. Like, and she never understood. And to this day, I don't think I really ever told her why I didn't want to go to church. But anyways, it was just like, I don't think she ever understood. Like, it was really traumatizing to me to go back there because I felt like I was being used as a cash cow. I don't think I ever got paid even a little $5 for singing at them damn banquets or wherever the hell. So, you know, it's like, oh my God, Kaya, I'm so sorry. Like, girl. This be going in on me. Why don't you want to go to church? And now I don't go again. And my dad's atheist, and we just be laughing at my mother, like, "Oh, did you get baptized today?" It's just funny. But that's the thing. Like, I don't not believe in God. I believe in God very much. So my dad is like, God don't exist. If God existed, why you broke? Why you ugly? Why you this? Like, my dad's a bitch. So he can't say that to me, bro. He says to other people. So for those of you guys watching this post live, hey, how you doing? Leave some advice for her. I will say this: you should talk to her. The way you talk to her is going to be very important. I say, personally, if I were you, I would wait till the relationship's better. Definitely, I would wait till the relationship's better. I would probably talk to her with your sister, since both of you guys have a problem with her. But then it's probably going to feel like an attack. It's going to feel like a tag team. I would do a mediator, another family member, make sure they're there. But somebody that doesn't have a dog in the fight. Don't be going to get your aunt that clearly don't like your mama to mediate. Okay? It has to be somebody that kind of like genuinely has no dog in the fight, likes everybody, like someone that knows how to mediate, somebody that knows how to communicate, somebody that's not going to be sitting there saying that you guys are right or she's wrong. It has to be like a very, very non-biased person. I don't know where you're going to find that person, but that would be great. But I would really just wait for everything to blow over, because I guarantee you in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to look back at this possibly. I don't know how severe all of this is, because this is just a tidbit, and you're probably going to be like, yeah, all of this is not even that fucking serious. Because to me, I look at all of this stuff, not all, but a lot of the things that some of my parents have done to me, yes, it's affected me drastically. Shit, I'm on meds now. Let's be real. I'm mentally ill, right? But at the same time, I could never say I hate my parents, ever. And a lot of that shit is water under the bridge. And I understand that a lot of the reason my parents act the way they do is mainly because of where they come from. I guess it's sometimes you have to, what's the word? The word that they say. Damn, there's a word for it. When they say like you gotta be kind to, no, that's not what I'm, there's a saying for that. Like sometimes you gotta understand where people come from to understand why they act a certain way or whatever the case may be. But I forgot. There's a whole saying. It's probably gonna come to me a little bit later in the live. But for me, it's not like they beat the shit out of me or like did a bunch of nonsense that is like really, really physically harming me and stuff like that. So it really depends. Let's see. Let me look at these comments. Oh Lord, wait, what? My mom and aunt did the same, since atheism is just demonic phase. Yo, people are funny, bro. I don't know why people don't leave atheists alone. Like, I don't see the big deal. If they don't believe in God, they don't believe in God. Like, oh my God. Like, Lord. Thank you, Stasha. I love all your videos, especially your reaction videos. Be having me rolling. You're such a wonderful person, says fellow Capricorn. Thank you. Ooh. Panda, I didn't like church we moved to because my mama is in a wheelchair. Oh, I'm so sorry. They don't have accessible bathrooms for her to go to. They're like kitty bath. Wait, why is that not a law that they should have accessible bathrooms in churches? Like, that should be a law, to be honest with you. But hey, I mean, I guess it's not a thing. Oh, there you go. Is it Give Grace that I'm looking for? Blake. Is it Giving Grace? Yeah, there you go. Sometimes you gotta give grace to certain people, especially when it comes to like foreigners, because foreigners went through a lot of different shit. Like shit, they don't even have running water in Haiti. Like, you know, so like certain things are just like you gotta, no. And all right, so let's get into what the title's about now, shall we? So, what y'all need to do is stop sending y'all names in this. Should I just put, whatever? I'm just gonna skip over the names. Jesus. Okay, hello, my name is blank. Basically, I'm 16 years old and in the UK. Oh my God, I want to go to the UK so bad. I want the accent. Anyways, I've just started a 2-year course, A levels. I don't know what none of that shit means. But go, girl. Because I want to go to university so that I can move far away. Yet the drive I used to have is being lost by the constant negativity in my household. To try to explain why, my dad left when I was 10 to be with the woman he loved in Spain. So he isn't eligible to pay child support. What? Because he's in Spain? Oh, that is wow. Now I know how to avoid child support. Move to another country. Let me stop. That's not funny. But what? Wow. My parents were in a relationship, yet this was significant to me as he specifically promised me he would never do that, as he knew I was scared of abandonment. Well, that's trash. Thank God for Gray Orange. Now, years later, my mom has a boyfriend who isn't nice, and she puts him before me and my sibling. I could never understand mothers like this. This shit never makes sense. How? How? You know what? That's what it is. It's been 6 years. That's what it. You know what? I think a lot of women who do this be the ones that be like, you know what? I've been single for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I finally got a woman that's gonna accept me and my 2 kids, 4 kids, 8 kids. I'm gonna take what I can get. I think that's what it is. I think it's desperation. It has to be. It's the only thing that makes common sense. Like, it's the only thing that makes any sense. Because why else would you put a man over your children? Like, when you really think about it, like, who puts a man over their kids? Like, that's not a normal. Well, at this point, it is normal. But that's not a thing that most mothers would do. Like, mothers who actually care and love their children. Like, you wouldn't do something like that. Like, for the most part, it would have to be out of desperation for really wanting someone to love you. Wow, that really sucks. Damn. Damn. Anyways. Woo! For years now, she's been telling me I'm a bitch. I'm hard to love. That I can be replaced with new kids like my dad did. That I'm lucky she hasn't left me yet, too. And that she understands why my dad left. I am so sorry. First of all, you know what? I'm not going to incite terror. And I do not want anybody to do what I'm about to say. But it wouldn't be me. Your mother would have got slapped. Excuse me? That's disgusting. There's something going on with your mom. And from what I understand, it sounds like she blames you some way, somehow, for the reason your dad left. So the story is not being told. And this is how you're going to get the story. Ask a family member as to why your dad really left. Something's not being told here. Someone cheated on somebody. Somebody's dad is not really their daddy. Not saying your dad's not their daddy, but I'm saying something happens here. Because I'm going to save that for a little bit. Was somebody's daddy not their daddy? Somebody's something not their son? That's all I got to say. Yeah. And now when there's an opportunity for her to do the same thing, I'm struggling to stay motivated to pursue my dreams. I feel as if everything my parents say about me is true, and my extreme success at a young age had always been fueled by proving my parents wrong. Yeah, that's what it should be. Fuck them. Listen. These people are fucking miserable. They're washed. Okay, they're washed. Okay, your dad went to go run off with some bitch in Spain, and now your mother's out here trying to compete. That's it. Let that be that. Let your dreams and your goals be the fact that you want to prove these hoes wrong. Do not, oh my God, y'all, for anybody, do not ever let somebody's words on you, like, literally be the reason you don't succeed. Don't let anybody's negativity bring you down, because, child, you will, like, literally turn 30, 40, 50 and be like, damn, I didn't go to school because my mom said I wouldn't be shit. I didn't go for my dream job because my dad said I was going to be shit. I decided to do this because someone said I was going to be poor. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you, you're gonna regret it. You're way too young. You're 16. Like, come on, don't do it. And child, this is so sad. Oh, like your mother is really trash. Yet now that my grades have been slipping and my small business isn't doing well. You have a small business? Yo, y'all kids be making me feel like I ain't do shit at 16. I was doing a lot at 16, but I had a business. I feel like I'm proving them right. You're not proving them right. You're just having a really bad season. Who cares? Okay, grades can always be brought up. Sales can always be made. You'll be fine. Now, if you would have said you close your business down, you got kicked out of school, I probably would have still said something. I would have been like, well, you can always create a new business and you could always go to another school. There's always a solution. Okay, there's always a solution. The solution is always you pick your ass back up. You only fail when you don't try. Okay, you only fail when you stop trying, period. Especially when out of all of their kids combined, I am the one they don't want to raise. Something's not right. I'm telling you, something's not right. I'm not very good at holding my tongue when I feel like something's not right is occurring. Therefore, to the outside world, it ends up looking like I'm in the wrong. So I want to change that. You sound like me. Oh my God, you sound just like me. And now look at me. I'm more successful than all the motherfuckers in my family. I'm the highest pedigree, bitch. I'm the purebred hoe. Talk shit if you want to, but what your kids do, ho. Y'all raise the fuck up. So let me stop. Let me shut up. I got a lot to say about this story. Woo! I don't think my relationship with my mom will improve because she views me as her opposition, my dad, and she doesn't love herself, so she's got a lot of anger in her heart. You see what the problem is. She don't love herself. That has nothing to do with you. I guess I'm asking you, how would you navigate living in this household for 2 more years? And how would you dismantle these ideas about me she's instilled in my head? I very much appreciate you taking out the time to read this, as this is a lot of negativity. Thank you for your videos on toxic mothers because it really helped me realize I wasn't crazy. I wasn't alone, and that there are girls out there in worse situations than me. Also, please don't tell anyone my name, age, country, because my family would be very angry. Well, I didn't say your name, but like, girl, you don't want to put the age in the country. Like, it's too late now, and I don't read these. Well, at least I didn't put your name, so they're not gonna figure out who you are. But it's a little too late, guys. So yeah, they're not gonna know. I hope your parents don't watch this channel. That would be very weird. But I apologize if some way somehow they find out who you are. I'll try to extradite you to the US if you have a problem. But yeah, for future reference, please guys, can we not put our names and identifiers that we don't want in this in these stories, because yeah, it can be an issue. We've already talked at length of the problems that can arise. So first things first, on the release. Anyways, all right, so boom. Let's just start with the first thing. You remind me of myself. Okay, this is funny because this is something I struggled with for my whole life, but not for my parents. My parents have never ever once made me feel bad for being me. I've always been the outspoken one. I've always been the one to basically stand up for people and call shit out. Like I've always been that one. But in terms of my other family members, oh my God, it always got me in trouble when I went to families' houses and things like that. Oh my God. Oh, does that girl ever shut up? Does she ever not have something to say? Why is she this? Why is she that? Why can't she shut up? She's going to pollute the children. She's a bad example. And to be quite honest, I will say it affected the fuck out of me. It genuinely made me feel like, damn, like, am I a bad influence? Am I a bad person? Am I like the problem child? Because I did have that time in my life where essentially I was always in fights and stuff, and I was always angry. But that was for real reasons. Like, a bitch was homeless and stuff like that. Like, I had every reason to be very angry. But aside from that, I was like really, really outspoken. So they always made it feel like being outspoken and standing up for people and standing up for myself was a bad thing. So I was, I guess, feeling the same way this girl was, right? I felt that same way, like, yeah, like, maybe I should change that. I'm happy I never did, because if I did, I wouldn't have this platform. I wouldn't be making money for myself, inspiring other people, etc. I'd probably be pushing paper behind the desk, being miserable. I probably would have took my own life. I kid you not, because I was so miserable working for other people. I was so miserable sitting here biting my tongue. Because for a short while I did that. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna not do anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I'm just gonna, be different. I'm gonna be like other people. And I say this to say, if you are a nice, quiet, reserved person, and that's how you feel comfortable, be that. If you are an outspoken person, be that. Never ever conform yourself to being someone completely different just to appease other people, because you're going to be absolutely miserable. There's going to be people that don't like the fact that you're shy and reserved. There's going to be people that don't like the fact that you're outspoken and you're loud. But at the end of the day, you are you, and you can't change that, especially to please other people. Now, in terms of your mother and the fact that she's sitting there and she's talking shit, talking about some, I can see why your father left. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I ain't going to say it again. Your mother and your family is hiding something from you regarding something about why your father left. If your father told you specifically he would never leave because you have fear of abandonment and then he left anyway, and now your mother is saying something like that to you, it's because there's something regarding why he left that they're keeping from you. And they're probably going to tell you when you're older, but they're probably not. So the only way to get the real tea on that is by going and bypassing family. Go ask an aunt, go ask an uncle, go ask somebody, because that's the only way you're going to find out. And the only reason I say that is because I know someone that's going through something very, very similar, and I'm just finding out. And the thing is, I'm not gonna say anything regarding identifiers. I'm not gonna say if it's a friend, a family, or nothing, because I don't know how to deliver it to the person, because I just found out about it. But apparently, from what I understand, that person's not their father. And it all makes sense. And it's like, oh, so now basically the mother blames the child, because it's like, you're the reason the father left. Because he found out that I cheated on him, you're not the child, and he left me, so it's your fault. Which is very twisted, very ridiculous, very disgusting. I'm not saying that's what's happening to you. However, that's the type of twisted mindset that a lot of these toxic women have when they're sitting here doing shit that they have absolutely no business doing. And then they have children, and then they try to leave these families with these perfect lives that they don't got. I just need you to be mindful. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has a lot to do with them. They twist the shit. And more than likely, if you want to, you probably call your dad and find out what happened. You probably shouldn't be blaming your dad. Maybe he had no choice but to leave for his own peace and sanity. Okay? Sometimes there's a lot more to the story than the surface. Oh, my dad left. He promised he wouldn't leave. He left me some woman in Spain. Now my mother is doing the same shit. Trust me, it's probably way deeper than surface level. As far as, your grades are slipping and all of these negative things that they're putting into you, trust me, all of this negativity needs to be used as fuel. Okay? You will come back 10 times stronger than all of this stuff that she's trying to do to you. If you literally let your grade slipping turn into you getting kicked out of school, or you getting dragged down to the point where you don't do anything with your life, you're going to be just as bad as her and probably repeat the same cycle. You're going to prove them right. Why would you do that? And you know that because you're literally writing it. So just don't prove them right. Okay? Like, if that's the validation you needed, there's that validation. You don't need that. Okay? Oh my God. There's hair on. Why is there hair on me? I can save this hair. You don't need to be proving these people right. You have a lot going for yourself, and I'm very sure they're mad that you have a lot going for yourself. I was told that I was the bad example, and I wasn't going to amount to anything, and I was the only one in my family that lived in the hood. Of all my cousins and everything like that, everybody was out here living in their white picket fence neighborhoods. I have family that live in I would say the hills, like literally like 10 bedroom houses and shit. I got family that they got everything they wanted for Christmas. I hadn't seen a Christmas tree since I was 4. I had to go to my other family's houses to have Christmas. Okay? Like, it's insane. So, it doesn't make sense that they said all of this shit about me. I was raised in the hood and all of this extra shit, but I'm the one that graduated, okay, high school. I'm the one that went to college. I'm the one that got a master's. I'm the one that's working for myself. I'm the one that, I'm the more successful one out of everybody of the youth of my family. Everybody else fell into drugs, didn't finish school, ended up going through all of this shit. So you can beat the odds. Don't listen to these people. Don't. Because if you do, you're going to end up talking yourself into a negative circle. Like, just don't. Trust me. And sometimes it still does get to me sometimes. Because, I mean, a couple months ago, that shit got to me. Because I was like, yo, these fucking bitches. They were sitting there talking shit about me. And look at them now. Like, yo, me and my parents, we be sitting there laughing. Like, look at them. Look at them. What they kids do. What they kids do, though. Like, yo, me and my parents be laughing. Because my Haiti Open magazine came. I got to send it to some of y'all. Because some of y'all sent me y'all address so I can send it to you guys. I forgot. It's still here, though, guys. Completely forgot. But basically, my Haiti Open magazine came and I gave my parents both a copy. And my dad was just staring at it like, yeah, what they kids do. What they kids do, though. What they kids do. And shit was hilarious because I was like, yeah, but what they kids do? Like, what do they kids do, though? Y'all talking all this shit about me saying I wasn't going to amount to anything and I was the bad example. But what do your kids do? Do you ignore all of this negativity in your household? You only have 2 years. I really hope you have a job. I really hope you're saving to move out because that's all that matters. For those people that are insinuating the person I'm talking about is not even on the internet. So yeah. Anyways, feel free to leave your advice for this person down below because this is a lot. And thank you, King Kunta. And thank you for all the kind comments because that's nice. Yeah, it's sad. It's very, very sad. That some people don't know how to procreate with the right people and it ends up hurting children. That's all I gotta say. Some sad shit out there. And I'm still debating on if I'm ever gonna tell my friend that her father is not her father because that's not my business. One day I know it's gonna come out though. I know it's gonna come out. What I don't even want to say whatever. Anyhow, so dear Yvana, first I would like to say I love how assertive you are. I wish I was more assertive like you because I always had issues with being a doormat and not standing up for myself. Thank you. I appreciate that. I take pride in that too. The biggest lesson of my life was when my older narcissistic sister fraudulently made credit card. Wait. Hold up. Fraudulently made credit cards under my name. Don't you need people's social security numbers to make a credit card, or am I tripping? How did she have your social? Oh, God. I made the mistake of taking her to court. Wait, you made the mistake. That's not a mistake. She would have been under the jail, honey. I made the mistake of taking her to court civilly because I was afraid of the repercussions of taking her to court criminally. Bitch, I would did all that. The judge said I didn't have enough evidence, so I ended up losing the case. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you should have took her to court criminally then. Yeah, oh, Lord. At that moment, I knew I had to let her go because not only has she financially exploited me in other ways, but she would constantly belittle me, making me feel like without her, I was nothing. I found out one day she told people to be careful with me because I was special needs. You should have took her to court criminally. You're special needs, and she literally basically this is identity theft. First of all, oh my God, this is my little thing. Wait, yo, oh my Lord, I might have to drink this whole thing. I'm not going to though, because I'm be lit. Oh, no, did you? Nigga, this is identity theft. This all listen, I ain't go to where's my man? My man went to school for fucking legal studies and shit. I should I'm gonna call like, yo, okay, if somebody does this, this identity theft is something, it's some sort of crime against people with special needs, and it's something else. I know it's something, I know it ain't legal. Why would you take it to civil court? Bruh, nah, for real. TikTok show you funny as fuck. I would have whooped her. Bruh, I don't know what type of special needs you have, but if you're in a wheelchair, roll her over, bitch. Roll her over. If you have a crutch, hit her with the crutch. Well, what are things they child? To be honest, low key. Oh, do something. Do something, nigga. What? Yvana, what frustrates me is the friendship between my mom and my older sister. Why I got a friendship? If my okay, I don't have a kid yet, right? But I would assume if I had a child and I had another child and it was beefing and my other child stole the identity of my other child and tried to make credit cards off of her name and all that and got away with it and whatever, I probably wouldn't be that cool with the other child. I don't know. You know what? I really hope this never happens to me in terms of like my two kids beefing, because I'm very, very loyal in terms of like I don't like people fucking over people that I love. So I don't know how that works. Hey, yo, you know what? Y'all going to hell. Y'all going to hell. Slap her like she's Ebony for Players Club. You know what? Yo, I'm done. Hit her with the prosthetic leg. You know what? Y'all going to hell in his basket. Oh my lord. I thought my life was fucked up, but damn. No, seriously, this is so fucked up. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. This is absolutely insane. First of all, like, I'm very like, you tell me somebody fucked you over, I'm not fucking with them. I don't care. Like, yo, I have a friend. And Lord knows, she probably watching this right now, but that shit pissed me off, bro. She sat there. Oh, this girl treats me like trash. This is what she did to me. And I'm so mad that she did this to me. I'm going to have to cut her off. And I'm done with her. I'm done with her. What she did to me was so horrible. Ooh, excuse me. I said, I bet. I ain't fucking with her either. She see me. She better not say hi to me. I don't follow her everything. Why the fuck these niggas at a party the next day? Then she's sitting there texting me, oh my God, me and blah, blah, blah are at our house. Well, at my house, and she's watching your video. She said you're funny as hell. Then she had the nerve, all audacity, to be calling me so she could talk to me. Listen, you can let people treat you the way you want, but I'm not going to let people treat you the way you want them to treat you. So keep that motherfucker away from me. And when they sit there and they treat you like shit again, don't hit me up. Just don't, because I'm not dealing with it, and I ain't fucking with them so they can treat me the way they treat you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And the thing is, for the most part, I could say that's a little hypocritical for me, because like I'm not like, well, not really, because when it comes to strangers, I don't care. Like when it comes to social issues, like I know there'd be people that be like, oh well, this person did this, we should all be mad. But then it's like if the other person's not mad, I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck, they don't care. But like when it comes to people like that are my friends, people that I care about, family and shit like that's like, no, that person fucked you over, no, like no, you know, like no, like no. Like, yo, what I'm telling you, I literally hit her with the eyes. I declined the call. And I said, what you calling me for? Oh, she really want to say something to you. I said, don't play with me. She said, LOL, what? I said, don't play with me, because you know what? Like, nigga, like, why are y'all still friends? Like, you know, this shit, I don't know. So I don't know. If I have multiple kids and they sitting there beefing with each other, I don't know how that's going to work. You know, I don't know how that's going to work, because, you know, that's a little weird. How am I going to be like, yeah, I can't fuck with you, Cadence, because Lyric told me that you be the ass. Yes, I want to name my kids after like music type of terms. But anyways, I hated how my mom would always share my personal life with my sister, knowing what my sister did to me. Don't tell your mother shit. When I would confront my mom, she would say that I needed to read my Bible more and pray. What, pray about forgiveness? Girl, bye. My mom never sticks up for me when my sister is bad mouthing me. Trash. But when I do something to my sister, my mom is always scolding me for it. It's because you're the younger one. That's usually what they be doing. No, actually, usually it's not the other way around. That's weird. Is it because you're special needs? I think they're discriminating against you. You need to get away from these people. Most of my friends and family took my sister's side when I told them how she ruined my credit. Okay, something's going on here. Am I the only one reading this properly? Wait. How? Okay, this is the only thing that makes sense, right? Maybe she's a bum. And she need the money more than you. I don't know, but even at that doesn't make sense. This is identity theft. Are your friends stupid? Are the people in your family dumb? This is a crime. Let me see. Let's look it up, guys. Shall we share the screen? Let's look up what identity theft gets you. Because non. Bah, la pas fait sens pour moi. Li pas fait sens, non? Li pas fait sens. Let's Google it. Because I'm not understanding. Identity theft. Okay. Because identity theft is 4th degree crime if the amount is less than 500. The crime only involves one victim, and if it is first offense, a 4th degree conviction can yield up to 18 months in prison and a fine up to $10,000. And this is just New Jersey. I don't even know where you're from. I don't understand. Is this not fucking serious, people? Is this not serious? Nigga, what? Okay, now let me see. Identity charges, your special needs. Let's see. Oh my God. I'm about to call one of my lawyer friends because I don't got time to read all of this shit. Too much reading. That's why I don't want to go back to school. Let's see. Oh my God, there's so many statutes. Scams against. Okay, this is just educating us about the scams. I really don't care. Anyways, honestly, the point is, this is actually very serious. And you know what? Cut all of these hoes off. They don't care. Okay, they don't care. They don't care. At this point, you're right, Catherine. She got the info from the mother. Because I was like, how does she have your social? How does she have your information to even be making a credit card? Yo, this is some fucked up shit. Your mother's a bitch. Your mother's a bitch and your sister's a hoe. You need to get away from these people. And everybody else is like, oh, well, it's not that bad. Fuck your friends too. Move to Idaho and start a new life. This is ridiculous. No. I would constantly just pay for the credit card and move on, or that's your family, work it out. I've decided to remove both my mom and sister from my life. Good job. I can't take my sister back to court, and my credit seems to be progressing. Good. Yvana, how do I move forward from this? You did. That's it. Wait. Girl, I'm scared now. I'm scared to keep reading this. I have my good days and bad days. Sometimes I feel down because of how much of a doormat I was being. Not only that, but people I have known for years seem to always end up on my sister's side when they develop a friendship with her. My sister is older than me and seems to have closer connection with the family. How do I handle people criticizing me for not having my mom and sister in my life? Should I cut those people off too if they can't respect and agree with my decision? It ain't nothing. Cut that bitch off. Snit, ho. Snit, ho. It ain't nothing. Cut that bitch off. Snitch, snitch, ho. Snitch, snitch, ho. Stole my identity, ho. What you saying, ho? Now you gone, ho. And y'all mad, ho. I don't care, ho. Y'all all gone, ho. This is absurd. I would assume that your sister just has a very, very infectious personality. Maybe she's a narcissist. I don't fucking know. And that's just what it is. But let them steal their identity. This is the thing. Everybody's all until it's them. That's what it is. Everybody's all, oh, forgive your family. What's the problem? Until it's their identity. Until it's their money. Until it's their credit. Until they're the ones having to pay court fees. Yo, tell them just like this. I'm gonna teach y'all some Creole. This is a curse word. But tell them get with a Y, G-Y-E-T. Okay, let's show you guys the screen again because we're gonna spell it. I'm not playing with you guys. We gonna teach these motherfuckers. Get mama. That's what we're gonna. I'm not playing with y'all. Get. Let's make the words really big. I'm not playing with y'all. This is not funny. Like get and then mo. Tell them that right here. Tell them that. Tell them the Mademoiselle taught me this curse word in Creole. Fuck this. Yet, you got it with the Y. And then, mo. Okay? Period. Tell them that. Tell them that. No, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't. The fact that they're really sitting here trying to guilt trip you because this motherfucker, this bitch, try to steal your, well, technically stole your money and your identity because she didn't get her own credit card. Huh. Yeah, okay, bitch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Get my money. All right? Fuck all that. We're not doing that. They got a problem. Tell them. Give her a credit card off of their account. Make her an authorized user. Since they want to be so damn generous. Ridiculous. It's the nerve of audacity for me. People are disrespectful. People are so disrespectful. Look at the chat real quick. Oh God, I think she's been canceled. The credit cards, Catherine. Like I think they've been canceled. I mean, she already went to court and everything. So you said make a song. I'll listen to it. I'm working on Haitian music. We don't know when it's gonna come out. I'm actually supposed to be doing a scratch in 2 weeks, so we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to have it out by my birthday. I gotta make some other stuff too. Like, people need to stop. Like, I don't understand people. People be all kumbaya until it's them in the situation. So yeah, I'm staying on here for extra like 5 minutes or so. If you guys have any questions or anything that you guys want to talk about, feel free to drop it in the chat or whatever. I've gotten a lot of work done this week. I'm so proud of myself. So proud. Let me tell my assistant does not work on that TheeMafiaListens video. Let me make sure I didn't upload it because I feel like I've been uploading so many videos lately. I don't even remember. Oh, fuck. I'm live, though. It doesn't matter. What happened? Well, you know what? Yeah. Let's see what happens if I do that. Are we still live? I'm still live, right? Yes, I'm still live. Yeah, people are just rude. Like, I'll be damned if somebody steal my identity and people talk about some, oh, I need to forgive them. Fuck you. Like, people are just... Y'all need to learn how to stand up for yourselves. Like, it doesn't matter if people get mad at you. That's another thing that people need to also understand. Understand people are allowed to be mad, right? People are allowed to feel whatever they feel about whatever, right? People are allowed to be like, oh my God, I don't like that you did this. Oh my God. Whatever. People are allowed. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be mad. But that doesn't mean you don't say how you feel. That doesn't mean you don't speak up for yourself, right? That doesn't mean you don't say straight up like, yo, I don't like it. That doesn't mean you don't say, yo, don't do this to me. Like, people are allowed to be upset. It don't matter how you feel about them being upset. Everybody's entitled to their emotion. All right? Everybody's entitled to their emotion. Everybody's entitled to whatever. It don't mean it's the right emotion, but they're entitled to it. Point blank, period. So, like, yeah, fuck it. Like, don't we got time for that. Don't we got time for that. All right. Just told my assistant to scrap that video because at this point, I just read it. Remember, I gotta do a nice clean sweep of my Instagram and my YouTube channels. And yeah, it's definitely okay to dislike your family members. It is okay to like not like whoever. Like you're entitled to not like people, guys. Like don't be afraid to not like people. It don't mean you gotta beef with them. It don't mean you gotta hate them. Wait. All right, y'all. I think I'm tripping. So the first story that I read, there's different parts to it. So maybe we can still read it because I read one part. She sent me like 3 parts of that. So I guess you guys still want it because I just realized there's 3 parts to it. I'm like, wait. Never mind. Let me just text her. Ugh, let me text her again. Yeah. There's 3 parts to it. I don't know why she only sent me 1 part for TheeMafiaSpeaks, but then she sent me like a whole like thing. Because I'm like, wait, wasn't there other parts? Because I just looked in my like organizer and I'm like, why did I name it that? And I was like, wait, there's 3 parts to this damn story. So whatever, we're still gonna read it. I'll just have her add something to the screen, or I'll just film something so she put it in there. But okay, since I see no questions or anything, yeah, I think we'll end this here. I would say I'll be back next week, but I'll probably be in Atlanta for YouTube Black next week. This segment is probably going to be moved to a different day. I'm not sure yet, to be honest with you, because yeah, I have a new dance teacher job. So it's usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. The reason I'm not there today is because the kids had a half day. Yes, I'm a dance teacher at a school now. So yeah, I usually like to do these on Thursdays, but yeah, I literally come back like literally by 6:30, and then like I'm tired, I'm trying to eat and all of that. Like, so I might try to do these Wednesdays because it's now technically like my freest day. So it's probably gonna be Wednesdays. Probably gonna be Wednesdays. Make sure you guys subscribe to me on the other channels, and of course you follow me on Instagram because that's where everything's gonna be, and of course the Discord. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Next upload is probably going to be on Saturday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to everybody that watched all the way through, and shout out to everybody that's watching after. All right, thank you, love you guys, bye.